Okay. I was not going to film today. I was not going to film today. If you haven't noticed, I've not been posting at all, really. I've been taking a break. I was not going to film today, but I just watched someone who I actually really truly respect and really actually love their content. And I just watched them make a video and talk about this topic and the Charlie Kirk. And these past few days, I have been online and I have seen nothing but a bunch of BS. And I just watched this person who I really respect make a whole video talking about how Charlie Kirk was not as bad as we think he is. Now you're wondering, like, okay, girl, this is like a spiritual channel. Why are you talking about this? Because this person's really, really big in the spiritual community. And what's funny is that I've noticed these past few days, every single spiritual coach that I've seen and they mama is out here trying to defend Charlie Kirk for some reason. I do not understand what it is. I've always said that spirituality has been hijacked by a bunch of white people, and I see it more clearly now because a whole bunch of white people who are spiritual content creators on this channel, on this YouTube, on Instagram, have been so quick to make posts, to make videos, to make reels, to make TikToks, coming on here be like, we should never, celebrate the death of some of the, when they said nothing about the hundreds of 680,000 people who died in Palestine, 300,000 of them or more being children. 2 years or more of this has been going on. It's been live streamed. We've been seeing it every single day. And they've been quiet. The spiritual community have been quiet. No one ain't said shit about hundreds of thousands of people getting murked every single day in Palestine. But it took one white racist, white supremacist man to get shot for all these people to start talking. Everybody has a problem now. Why are people celebrating this? Why are people being happy that he's, we're not celebrating. We're not happy. We don't give a care. We don't. As a black person, you need to understand. We are so used to these people. My entire life, all I've known is these people. People who hate me because of what I am, what I represent. I'm a woman, Muslim, black, African. We don't care. And you expect us, this man, and then I saw someone who said, I've never heard him say anything like black people should die or trans people should die. The man said black people were better off in the 1940s under Jim Crow and segregation. The man said that if his own daughter was raped, he would make her keep the baby. The man said that it's worth it. It's worth it to have some gun death violences every year, or some gun violence deaths every year to be able to uphold the Second Amendment. The man asked that I just watched a video of him saying it on this podcast, that he thinks that public execution should be brought back and we should have children watching it. What videos are you watching? What videos are you watching? Because I'm clearly seeing something that you're not, or you're just choosing to not see what I see. Tell me why all of a sudden, all these content creators, and especially in the spiritual community, all these spiritual coaches have something to say about Charlie Kirk when no one had anything to say about the kids in Palestine. When I was getting shadow banned on Instagram because I was sharing, I still, when I post things on Instagram, they get shadow banned all the time. I got so many times notifications that my account is going to get blocked, it's going to get shut off if I don't stop, because I posted all the time since the beginning about what's going on in Palestine and Gaza. But one white supremacist man gets did it, and all of a sudden, every white person in the spiritual community, every coach that you thought was, all yes, the collective and positive, blah, 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 up here trying to say we should not be celebrating this man. He was a father, he was a husband, he had a family. We should. No one is celebrating. We just don't care. We don't care. I know specifically for my people, black people, we've been out. We clocked out. We don't care. We're not celebrating. No one's jumping up and down and celebrating the death. The people that I've seen, honestly, that have been like happy, like making videos. The guy that was jumping up and down on TikTok when he got shot at his thing was a white man. White man, long brown hair. That's the one person that I've seen. I ain't seen no black person. I ain't seen no Latino. I ain't seen no Asian. I ain't seen anyone who has a little bit of melanin in their skin jumping up and down or celebrating about the man's death. What I've seen is people saying, you know what? We don't condone his death, but he condoned his death. Since he himself said that we need gun deaths every year to be able to maintain and uphold the Second Amendment, he condoned his own death. He wanted public executions. He wanted them to be quick. He wanted them to be public. He wanted them to be fast. What more do you want from us? And where's this hypocrisy? Because now I see the line is so clear. I see like your white supremacy is showing. And the thing is that you, on a spiritual level, you are identifying with this white man. You see a white person who got shot for his opinions. And deep down, you might have held the same opinions of that as that person. You just maybe not might not want to admit it. You might not agree with everything that he says, but you probably held some of those opinions. Your white supremacy is showing. White people will always stick up for other white people. And I'm not racist at all like that. But it's the fact that I'm seeing white people crying, spiritual coaches crying. I'm like, where were you over 2 years ago when we started seeing kids getting their heads chopped off and like body parts carrying like body bags of their parents because they got shot or they got massacred babies who were like literally just poof, obliterated. I don't even know how to speak or to say the word obliterated, whatever. Obliterated. It's gonna bother me the whole entire time. But like I've seen the most atrocious, horrendous things these past 2 years, and we've all seen it coming out of Palestine, coming out of Gaza, coming out of Sudan. None of y'all talked about Sudan. Coming out of Congo, ain't no one talking about that. But you'll have so much to say now because one white man got shot and killed in the way that he wanted to be shot and killed, in a way that he wanted to die. He thinks gun deaths are violent or gun deaths are necessary. He got one. He condoned his own death. He died on his own hill. Y'all should be happy like he went out the way that he would have liked other people to go out. But you're making us feel like we have to mourn. I'm not mourning a mother. I'm not mourning us. No. Yes, I'm in the spiritual community. Absolutely 100%. I've been screaming and fighting with people in in my comments on Instagram. I have two Instagram accounts, by the way. I don't think I linked my other one. That one, I'm loud on that. But all weekend, because my mind is blown at the fact that people are trying to make me mourn for someone who hates everything that I represent. I'm not gonna mourn you. I feel sorry for your child. I don't feel sorry for your wife because I see her trying to out here trying to step on us like she gonna threaten us with some. Who is she talking to? Who is you talking to? He got shot by another white man, another MAGA, another Republican. Who are you talking to? Who is they? They is you. This is white on white crime. Y'all need to deal with your own stuff. I'm talking about you've unleashed it. They and who is they? Who? The man that shot Charlie Kirk actually thought that Charlie Kirk wasn't racist enough. I don't know. I don't understand how you can tell us as people of color to actually have like to mourn someone who 100% would have loved for us to be still enslaved, still segregated, still segregated, still in Jim Crow. I it's shown this situation. I thought Palestine showed everyone's true colors, right? I really did. I thought, man, Palestine is a catalyst. We now see the truth. But it turns out that this Charlie Kirk situation has actually shown everyone's true colors. Y'all's white supremacy is showing so much. That internalized white supremacy is showing so much because you refuse to put yourself in our shoes. We don't care. We're indifferent. Let us be indifferent. We don't care. Because we're the ones who are sitting here fighting and telling people that you should start having gun control. We're the ones who want people to stop shooting up schools. It's us. And now when someone dies by the very thing that they were trying to protect, and the very thing that we've been trying to tell y'all that this is going to happen again. What do you want us to do? Honestly, this was like I was not going to film a video today. But when I saw this person upload their video and talk about how Charlie Kirk is not as bad as we think he is, I was like, oh my God. I binged his content because I myself, I saw him talking. I knew he was like one of the Ben Shapiro's of the world. We know this stuff as Black people. So I was just like, you know what, let me just go. This was crazy. I saw the video once. I wasn't gonna watch it again because I never in my life thought I'd see something like that. And it made me think automatically to all the things that I've seen come out of Palestine, how many people I've seen died and killed in much worse ways. So like it just brought everything back. But I was like, okay, let me just go and watch his videos. See, like really before I listen to whatever they're trying to throw at me, I went and I binged his videos almost all night the night he died. The man hated trans people. He hated immigrants. He hated anyone who's not white. He thinks that the white race is on the verge of being extinct or something. Christian nationalist is, oh God. And the person who shot him thought he wasn't racist enough. He's a grouper or a groiper or whatever his name is. He says, he said, Charlie Kirk, I watched his video. He said, what? The person asked him a question about Palestine. He says, well, that place, with a smirk in his mouth, that doesn't exist. That place doesn't exist. It's Judea. If we take that logic, America doesn't exist. America's 200 years old. America doesn't exist then. If that's the logic, you're going to go back in time. America doesn't exist. Y'all living on stolen land already. Like, of course you'd resonate with Israel. But you know what? I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna stop it there because I've ranted. But man, one of the reasons why I stepped away from the spiritual community for a long time was because I just felt like I'm not right in space or what is going on. Like it's being hijacked by a bunch of faces that I don't really resonate with. And if this is the people that y'all want to see, I'm not that kind of person. I'm really true. I'm real. I'll tell you how it is. If you're watching my videos, you'll see that I tell you things how it is. I don't sugarcoat. I don't, you know, blow smoke up your hoo-ha and try to make you feel good. I'll tell you what it is. But if y'all resonate with these kind of coaches who are out here telling you that this man who was racist and probably wanted what 50% of the American population to just be gone, and you're gonna try to sit here and tell me that he's not a bad person. I listened to a pastor, and I'm Muslim, right? I listened to a pastor this morning who said, you cannot allow the way that you die to make up for the way that you lived. He died in a horrific way, horrendous way. That's not going to make up for who he was as a person. Hitler died in a terrible way. Am I going to be here and sitting like, oh yeah, no, I have sympathy? No. Okay. Do I think anyone should be ever assassinated? Absolutely not, which is why we're against having guns and why we want gun control. I don't think anyone should have to go out like that. Ever. But I can't even say like your actions have consequences because the person who killed you was you. It was like a person who thought just like you. You didn't offend them in any way. It's just really sad to see. It's really sad to see. And it makes you question more now, am I going to come back to this space or not? Because I made my last channel, talked my last video, I talked about how I'm struggling to decide if I'm going to come back to this space and or how I'm going to come back to this space. I want to be like more authentic and more true and speak what I really, do what I really do what really resonates with me. And a video like this is something that resonates very deeply with me because I am triggered. Um, but this is something that a lot of people might not even want to hear. because we're just love and light in this spiritual community, right? We're just manifestation and love and light. Just focus on the positive. There is no positive without negative. There is no light without darkness. You have to see and acknowledge the darkness that is in the world to be able to know what light is. That's just what it is. And so, hey, this may be the last video I post. Don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I might even delete this after a while. I'm not gonna tell you to subscribe. I'm not gonna tell you to like. I'm not gonna tell you to say anything. If you want to debate, write in the comments. I'm not gonna answer, but unless you really want me to answer, but I'm not gonna debate with anybody in the comments about my views. I have seen enough. I did my research to be able to say my official statement is I am sorry that he died. I do not condone his death. He condoned his death. He died on his own hill. I still don't think he was a good person. I'm not celebrating. I'm not happy. I'm indifferent, as many Black people are in this point, and we don't care. He died on his own hill. He would not have defended our lives. He didn't care about ours. We're sad he had to go out like that. But I'm not going to mourn. I'm not going to be sad about it. And you have to just accept that that's something that people are going to be. That's like asking the slave to be sad that the master got shot.